So this video is assuming that you have already watched the previous kind of videos, the intro video for printing at the College of Design. If you haven't watched those already, go to design.nchu.edu/operations, go under IT, printing resources, it'll take you here. You notice that there's some information here, other links that you can look at for like the kind of printers that we have, the costs, but also you notice that there's a print tutorials area. If you go in there, you'll see this College Design print setup tutorial. This is the basic video, so you should watch that first. This specific video is going to be about using the bypass feed on the Ricoh laser printers. Also, you know, what people may say it's manual feed, which is what we're going to be doing. So to start with, we're going to be in Photoshop for this, just so you can kind of see more options. And then here, for instance, this example file, it is 5x7 file here. I'm going to go over how to set this up first as a custom size. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to print here. We're going to make sure we choose the printer that we want. So since we're talking about the laser printers, I'm going to choose 203 BS203 color 1 for this example. We're going to print settings here. I'll give it a moment. You notice here's all the default settings, but I'm going to go through each setting that we're going to go in this demo. First thing is that since we're going to print on a 5x7 piece of paper, so we're going to have to do a custom paper size. So we're going to do custom paper size. We're going to put the smaller number in width, the longer number in length. And then what we're going to do is we're going to notice this portrait here, but we're going to change this to landscape because our file is landscape. And since we're using custom paper, we're going to switch this to the bypass tray, which is the tray on the side of the printer. And also in this demo, let's say we're going to use cardstock, so I'm going to change this to cardstock. And you know, just for the fun of it, let's say we're going to do double-sided and we're going to do short edge bind. So these are some of the more common settings that you'd be changing, like all of the settings basically. And we're going to OK this, and then we're going to hit print here. You know, so that preview kind of adjusted. This is fine, just so we can get to this point. So it's going to come up with the print charges. We're going to log in here for a second, and then what you want to do is, you know, when this comes up, you know, obviously double check if the numbers, the cost is correct. And then what you want to do then is, since you set the option to bypass, you go to the printer, and that's the next step in this video.
You can probably hear that this printer is beeping, and that this red light at the bottom underneath that check status in the bottom left hand corner is lit up. So this is what happens when you choose the bypass tray. So what we're going to do is we're going to do check status, and then it says error occurred right here. I'm going to hit check here. Now here's where you can double check if the settings match up with what you set up. So notice I chose cardstock, 8.5 by 11 cardstock. If you chose cardstock and it didn't say cardstock here, then the job might not be your job. It might be someone else's job. But if it looks like it lines up in regards to your settings, then you can go ahead and load it up. So I'm going to load up with this test piece of paper. On the side, you notice that there's this tray. Sometimes it is put in. I mean, it's not put down. So if it's not down, then pull it down. After you have the paper loaded, then when you want to go here, paper loaded. Notice it took the paper, it's taking it right now. And then we're going to follow the prompts. If any, there's no prompts. And the paper comes out. And that is it. Thank you.